Hi guys, welcome back. This is Judith Peterson, your Law of Attraction life coach. And today I have an amazing guest. I'm so excited about this interview. So this woman is a fantastic life coach, a YouTuber, and an author. And I'm sure all of you have heard of her. Her name is Veronica Isles. Veronica,
Hey,
welcome.
thanks so much. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, me too. I've been looking forward to this for a long time, but everything at its right time, right?
Yeah, of course. Everything does have a right and perfect time and place. So yeah, I'm so glad
Absolutely.
we could finally do this. I know it's sort of been in the works for a while.
Yes, yeah. So let's dive in because I'm sure because people know you, you're very open, you're very bubbly, but I think it's fun to give them a peek behind the scene and
Yeah.
hear a little bit about how your law of attraction journey started.
hmm
So how did you kick off? How did you
Yeah.
learn about this?
I mean, I think, basically was when my life was falling apart. Where
I
there was a
know.
breakup and everything is going wrong and you're trying to find answers like, why is this happening? And you're also trying to find answers. How on earth can I fix this? How can I make this better? And that's sort of when I had discovered it. I mean, I kind of had heard about it before, but I didn't really take it seriously. I didn't really fully understand what it was or how to apply it in my life or why you would even want to do it. I thought
Right.
I had a lot of misconceptions about what it was. Um, but yeah, I was at a point in my life where I was like, okay, I'm just going to try this, see if it works. What have I got to lose?
Yes, I can only get better from here,
Yeah.
right? The only way is up.
Exactly. And it started to transform things pretty quick. And I was
Yes.
like, ooh, maybe there is something to this. And it just felt right too. It started to make sense. I could kind of put the pieces together as
Right.
to why bad things had happened in the past. I started really logically looking at my situations, looking at where I had been, where I was right now, what got me there. And it just made sense. And
Yeah.
things started to fall into place pretty quickly after that.
I know. Yeah. So, well, I don't know that about you, but I know that
Right.
about my personal journey, honestly. It's like, oh my gosh, things started changing quite fast. And I was like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
you look back and all of a sudden you connect the dots like, okay,
hmm
I see why this happened. So was
Right.
there a certain book at the time that you read that you're like, oh my God, because what was it for you that was like, oh
Yeah.
my God, this is actually working for me?
Well, it wasn't a particular book. It was just some information I think that someone had posted online, actually. Like this was a while ago. The internet, it wasn't exactly what it is today. There's so many more resources nowadays. There's so much more on
Mm,
YouTube. The Secret was out. I think that was a good sort of beginner book. It's very
mhm.
basic. It's very, it kind of hooks you in. It's not very in depth,
No.
but it at least kind of covers the basics of
Yeah.
it. That wasn't the first thing I found, though. Honestly, the first bit of material I found, I'm not even sure who wrote it, but it just sort of made sense. I think it was just like someone commenting on something, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna give this a try. But then I started sort of delving into it more. I found Neville Goddard,
Mm.
really connected with that, especially all the free information. The loads of free books and lectures. I mean, it's like hundreds of them. It's
Oh, it's
crazy.
insane. Yes, it's insane. It's good, but it's a
Yeah,
lot, especially in the
it's
beginning when you get
overwhelming.
so eager. It's like, oh my gosh, I
Right.
want to
Like,
consume this.
how do I know I was reading for like hours on end a day because I just wanted to soak it all up. It was so exciting to find.
Yeah, absolutely. So, you just mentioned misconceptions.
hmm
What do you think? Because I mean, from your personal journey, but also
Yeah.
now with your clients, what do you think people struggle with the most?
Yeah. I mean, I know in my personal situation, like I always thought that it was something like the law of attraction was something that you sometimes apply to your life, that you, like it didn't think of it as like an all encompassing thing. Like I thought it was something you use part time. Like you could
Yeah,
choose to
I'm gonna
use
do
it or
law of
choose.
attraction.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And that was the biggest you know thing that when that finally clicked into place and I was like, "Ooh, I'm always doing it." That's a big difference. And then it was like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, I have responsibility. I have power. I have the choice. I have the abilities to pretty much create anything. What am I waiting for?" you
Mm,
know?
yes, exactly. And is that also something you think? most of your viewers and your clients struggle with, or would you say it's
I think a lot of them do. I think it comes from, just sort of beginning at this. I think a lot of people, as they evolve, they obviously shed that misconception, but that's sort of like a beginner thing that happens because we're not really taught to think this way. We're not really taught to think that, our thoughts have any power over anything. All of
right?
these beliefs are new, they're different, they're not things that a lot of people really grasp onto. So,
Mhm.
there isn't a lot of support. There's not a lot of preparing that you get for this once you kind of finally are thrust with this information. I think that most people struggle with the basic parts of just letting go,
Mm,
resistance, stressing about the process. I think that those are common things because when you want something badly, you're emotionally tied to it. So I think
yeah.
that,
Where's my
I've been there,
manifestation?
right? I've been there, not there anymore, but, been there, done that. As you learn and grow, you shed those old beliefs.
Absolutely. I think it was Louise Hay who had this metaphor about planting a seed. She's like, you're not just going to keep going back and dig and see. It's like, is something coming out? Is something coming out? Is it coming?
Right.
No, you planted the seed, you watch it
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah.
Simple life.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stop digging it up. Stop messing with it. Stop
Yes.
mistrusting it.
Mhm.
When you place an order at a restaurant, you're not like rushing behind in the kitchen, like, at the cooks, making sure they're cooking it right. You don't do that. You just wait.
Exactly. So what do you think? Well, I mean, to you personally,
Mhm.
what is the key to manifesting with ease?
It is having fun.
Right?
And,
I love
you
that.
know, like you're a little child, you playing make believe, and you're just in your own world, anything is possible, and you just enjoy the process. Like, why make it hard? Like, once you hit your goal, like, you're
Exactly.
just gonna want something new,
Yes.
after
Yes.
you reach that goal, then oop, we formed a new goal. So
Exactly.
get to learn how to enjoy the process, really
Yeah.
embrace that, because that's what's
Yeah.
going to make it come to you.
Yeah. And haven't you, I mean, for me personally, the
Mhm.
more fun I have, the easier it comes.
Yeah, the faster.
Yeah. It's like, all right, my
Yeah,
manifestation is here. It's like,
yeah,
being happy, having fun, loving myself, minding my own business.
yeah,
And whoop, there it is.
yeah. Every single time. I mean, it never misses, it never fails. Why make it hard? Like, why? There's no point. There's no
Yeah.
point in the struggle. There's no point in identifying with that struggle. Like, it's just going to keep it away. So,
Mm.
but I mean, it's something you learn with time. It's obviously not something that you grasp onto right away, but with
No.
practice, you get there.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I know a lot of people watch your channel, as do I, but I
Thanks.
wonder who inspires you? I mean, is there a teacher or are there teachers or writers that really inspire you and that have you like, oh, give me some more content. I love this.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of dabble. I'm still a really big fan of Neville. I mean, I think I always kind of go to that. I mean, even though I don't really need to, I just find comfort in reading those things, even though I've read them like, a million times, it doesn't matter. I still love listening to him talk about Barbados and all of that. I mean,
Didn't
I
you go
love
to
his
one of the
stories.
islands? Didn't
He was from Barbados. Yeah.
Yeah, but didn't you go to one of the islands
Oh,
recently?
me. I was in Grand Cayman. Yeah, I thought of
Yeah,
that. I did.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. I thought of him while I was there because it was sort of, his area. Yeah, I was in Grand Cayman.
Awesome. How was that? That was a good manifestation.
Yeah,
That was,
definitely.
that was pretty sweet. So, Neville, is there anybody else, or is there a book that you're like, oh my God, I can't read this over and over again, or is it really Neville?
It's really just his stuff. I mean, I found that nothing else really compares. I mean, I feel like that's where my heart is. He always seems to have all the answers for some reason. Like, I just gravitate towards that the most. I mean, I feel like there's other good stuff out there. Can't really think of anything coming to mind right now, though.
So, and so you learned all these things about law of attraction. You started
Yeah.
consciously applying, because people say, well, I started doing manifestations, or I started doing law of attraction, but it's not, it's just really deliberate creation, right? It's like,
Yeah, deliberately.
yeah,
On purpose.
exactly, being more diligent and deliberate with your
Yes.
thinking and with your actions, right? So first it was yourself, and then
Hmm.
somehow transitioned into coaching.
Yeah.
So how did that happen?
It really happened by accident.
Was
Well,
it
I mean,
like
I guess not by accident, but I was so eager to share this information that I just started offering advice for free and helping
awesome?
whoever was there, whoever wanted it.
Mhm.
And people started grasping onto it really quickly. And then I would start to have like people having success and posting their success. And then, ooh, people were like, hey, wait, she helped you. I want help, And then I started charging money. And
Yeah.
I didn't even have a website when I first started. I didn't have a YouTube channel initially. The YouTube channel came much later on, actually.
So how did you start sharing your message? Because I found you on YouTube. I mean,
I
yeah.
just started posting on message boards. I
Oh,
think
really?
there was a message board. I don't remember what it was called, but just law of attraction message boards, posting there, being
Really?
like, hey, I had success in my life. I got my ex back. I think that's how I started it. And I was like, I'll help. You're struggling. I'll help.
Awesome. So what is your favorite personal manifestation story? I mean, that about your ex is probably something a lot of
I
people.
mean, yeah, I
Okay.
think that that's a good one. I think I'm most proud actually of manifesting money. I know
Yeah,
that
me
sounds
too.
funny, but I
Yeah.
struggled with that for so long. And honestly, there were times in my life when I just thought it was impossible to live an abundant life.
Hmm.
Like I got beat down so many times. I mean, honestly, the same thing happened in love too. So they're pretty equal, I guess you could say. But I transcended both of those things because they were both areas where I just kept getting kicked to the ground and
Hmm.
just, failure after failure after failure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think both of those things I overcame, the lack mindset. And I wouldn't say that there's a specific moment of manifestation. I think it's just the whole journey, getting to this point where I'm at right now and forming new goals for the future. Because obviously, we never stop. So now I have
No,
my new
exactly.
goals.
Exactly. So, what is it about love that you realized? Because you said you manifested your ex back. Was there
Yeah.
was there something that happened for you? Was there some sort of shift of perception, or what was it for you that was like, oh, wait a minute, I can actually change this? Or maybe if
Hmm.
I adjust, I mean, besides your thinking, was there anything else? Did it have to do something with self-love? Did it have
Yeah.
to do with how you showed up?
It was realizing that I was important in the relationship too. I think before that,
Amen.
it was, what can that person do for me? They can change my world. They can make me happy. Like all about them being this, like on this pedestal, doing these things for me. I need this person. I didn't realize I could be needed too. And I think that that was a big light bulb moment. Like, wow, I am someone's perfect person. Someone else needs me. I am a perfect companion. And I think
Mhm.
that once I embraced that and I embodied that, that's when things started to click and come into place and empower me.
Awesome. And with money, because you said those were
Yeah.
basically two big ones for you
Yeah.
personally. So what was it about money that was like, wait a
It's
minute?
actually really similar. I started realizing all of the people out there that do have money and that money comes easily to. Like, yeah, there's lots of people living in poverty, but there's also a lot of people living in
Yeah,
wealth. And I was just
absolutely.
like, they're no different than me. These
Hmm.
people that get to travel the world, they're no different than me. Like, I don't have to be struggling in this minimum wage job anymore. Like, why am I doing this self? Why am I doing this to myself? Why am I setting these low standards for myself? Why am
Yeah.
I accepting that this is what I'm worth? This is not what I'm worth.
Hmm.
I just started raising my worth about what I could have because I didn't actually think I could have anything else. Like I was living in the basement of my grandmother's house because I couldn't afford my own place. Like the place flooded. It was not a finished basement. It was a basement full of mold and like old paneling and like a small little window. And that was like my home because that's what I believed I was worth. That was what I believed I could have.
Yeah.
And once I started to raise my consciousness, I no longer live there. So
Right. No more. No, but isn't that crazy when you look back? Because I've had some of those experiences, not, kind of similar. And looking back, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I thought that I
yeah.
was, that's what I was worth at the time. It's like,
Yeah, that's who I thought I was.
because unconsciously that is, it's like
Yeah.
a reflection, right? Of like,
Mhm.
this is my life. This is what it is. This
Yeah.
is what it can be. And then it's like, oh wait, I need to, raise the bottom line here quite
Mhm.
a bit.
Yeah. And I
Yeah.
mean, it takes committing to it. It
Yeah.
takes making that choice. This is not who I am. This is not who I want to be in 5 years. This is not where I want to be. I know that I'm capable of more. I don't know exactly how I'm going to get there, but I know it's possible. And just identifying that first is that's the start.
Mm-hmm. So, law of attraction techniques, because
Yeah.
there's so many amazing techniques, and I know there's a lot of new
Right.
stuff constantly coming out. I'm,
Yeah,
to be
there are.
honest, I'm not really too crazy about that.
Right.
I'm like, it's like a new shiny object thing, like
Right.
a
Nah.
new thing. Because I'm a very big fan of, practicing self-love first and
Hmm.
foremost. Scripting is really high on my list. What
Hmm.
about you? What do you like to do? And what is your
Yeah.
sort of daily ritual for yourself, where you're center? Right?
No, I don't believe in rituals because I think that it keeps you in the point of asking. You want to receive. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
a big, firm believer of doing things spontaneously. If I feel like meditating, if I feel like visualizing, if
Yes.
I feel like saying affirmations, I go for it. But
Yes.
honestly, I'm at the point in my life where I don't do a lot of that. I just am consciously aware of what I'm thinking about all the time. I'm very mindful of where I'm at. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm mindful about my thought process. What am I daydreaming about? What are my opinions of things? What do I want to have? And I really just kind of think about something once and let it go. That's
Yeah.
really where I'm at. But I
Yeah.
mean, I wasn't always here. I think it's sort of evolved to this
Oh
place.
gosh, yes. Yes. Absolutely. I think, for me, what I struggle with for quite a while, I don't know if you had the same experience, but was like finding the feeling place of something, of new things, things that I wanted to achieve that I didn't know before. So it was
Mhm.
like, I don't really know how that feels. So I'm trying to connect with
Right.
that feeling. Did, what was that like for you?
Well, I mean, I think I always, even if I didn't know how it specifically felt, I knew it would at least feel good, and it would feel relaxed. And I feel like that's an emotion that you can identify with pretty much anything. Like you may
Yeah.
not know what a successful relationship feels like, but you know it feels good. You know that it's not going to make you feel stressed. So you know what it doesn't feel like at least. And I
Yeah.
think that that's at least a starting point where you can grow
Absolutely.
from.
Absolutely. And yeah, I'm just curious because, all of your amazing work that you do. So to stay motivated, because I actually recently did an interview with a couple of coaches together, which was really, really awesome. And we talked a little bit about the online world and you got to do this, you got to do that. You seem like the kind of person that's very, connecting. Like you say, you're very mindful. You really feel how you feel. So how does it work with your audience? Because do you ever feel like you have to do something, or you're also more like, I
Mhm.
I create a video when I feel inspired. I create a video when I feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, exactly. Like I try to not stay strict in terms of, my business, in terms of my online presence. I try to gravitate towards topics that I'm excited about, not what I think
Yes.
is gonna be popular.
Yeah.
I go with my heart a lot. And I notice if I ever veer off in the wrong path and decide to, change my thinking, that's when I start to find that it's just rejected, like it's not popular. If I think something's going to be popular and I'm making it for that particular reason, it tends to have the opposite effect. Oh, there's my kitty.
Oh gosh,
Padme.
how many do you
Oh,
have? I think you have a
I have
couple.
3.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There she is. She came to say hi, so sorry about that interruption. She's been in many videos, photobombed a lot.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, welcome. What's her name?
Padme. She's named after the Phantom Menace, little Star Wars. You know.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
She was
cute.
in a Star Wars litter. Her brother was Anakin, so
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
And I adopted her. Yeah.
sweet.
But what was I
That is
saying? I totally lost my point. She's totally,
Now we
yeah.
were talking about basically about being
Oh
playful and
yeah.
connecting
So
with
I
your
try
heart and what you're
to,
excited
yeah.
about. Yeah.
In terms of making new videos, I do what, is in my heart, what I feel inspired to do, not what I don't calculate anything,
Mm-mm.
because then it just backfires. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, it doesn't work, does it? It's like, no, it's not in alignment with what I'm feeling right now and
Right.
what I want to do. So where do you, I mean, where do you see yourself in a couple of years? I mean, are there any goals that you would like to
Yeah,
share?
no, I want to lecture all around the world. So I want to start doing face-to-face like type seminars. It's
Mm,
great to be on YouTube. It's great to get my sort of, get these words out to a lot of people, but I would love to do it face-to-face in front of a crowd. I like
mm,
crowds too. Like,
public
I have no stage
speaking.
fright. So I think that would be totally fun. So getting to the opportunity to do that, I want to see like every single country in the world. Like forever, I wasn't able to travel, so now just want to travel everywhere.
You're catching up.
So yeah, so I mean, I see that. I want to have a family. I want children. I
Hmm.
have a wonderful boyfriend. I want to rescue more cats. I want to foster cats. That's a big thing. I'm a huge animal lover, so I really want to do more in terms of that. I think in terms of goals, though, I mean, I'm simple. I want to be happy. I want to be healthy. I want to
Yeah,
inspire the people around me.
absolutely. I love that. I can't wait to see more.
Yeah. Well,
That is
more is coming.
Yes, I'm sure there is. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
watching one of your videos and it was one of these lives and everybody was like chatting and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here right now. And it was so good. Everybody got so excited and it's just so nice to see that energy, to
Yeah.
people to be so involved and so exciting and also eager to learn.
Yeah, yeah, that's the most important part because this information is changing people's lives.
Yeah.
I get, oh, Padme's kicking the computer screen. Sorry. That's what
That's okay.
happened. She's on her back kicking it. I'm sorry, she's being naughty. But what I was going to say is I get testimonials from people all the time, saying how this changed their world,
Mm,
giving me great things. It happens nearly every single day. And honestly, it brings a tear to my eyes every single time because it's so heartfelt to know that it's actually making a difference.
I
And
know.
that's the most important part.
That's beautiful. Oh my God. That's like the best ending of this interview. It's like that's the best part. That's amazing. Well, thank you, Veronica. Thank you so much. This was
Yeah.
short but powerful.
Yeah, it's
Um,
perfect.
it's perfect. And yeah, it was really nice. I was looking forward to this so much. I'm happy we
Yeah.
finally got
Finally
to do it.
connected.
Finally connected at the perfect time. So thank you,
Yeah.
Veronica. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, I'm creating more videos, more coaches, more law of attraction. It's amazing. I love this journey. Thank you for being part of my journey as well, Veronica.
Yeah, of course.
So do you want to say goodbye to everybody before we say
Yeah, Padme's
good
saying
stuff?
goodbye
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, thank you so much everyone for watching, and honestly, I'm wishing you all the best.
Okay.
Change your world. Padme says
Bye,
bye.
guys.